Hi, welcome back to My Home Cooked, and today we're going to be making my home cooked chicken curry. So let's run you through the ingredients. I've got them laid out here and we're cooking in this lovely sunshine again. So as ever, we start with the finely chopped white onions. We've got one large onion there. We've got the minced chillies. I've got 2 cubes of garlic and 2 cubes of ginger. We've got yoghurt. I love the sour tang that yoghurt adds to a dish. We've got chopped coriander stalks as well as leaves. Then let's move round to the meat. We've got chopped chicken thigh fillets here. Now normally, particularly when I was growing up, we would always have meat on the bone. So it would be a whole chicken chopped into pieces, and the bone, or the handi as we'd call it, adds so much depth of flavour to the sauce. Now I know it's not to everybody's taste, but please don't use chicken breast. Let's go with chicken thighs instead. We also have some tin tomato here, which I've blitzed to give me a smooth sauce, and some water here as well, which we'll need for the sauce. Lastly, obviously salt. Let's just take that as a given. I come equipped always with maldon sea salt. Spice wise, we have got whole spices. We've got whole cumin seeds. We've got 5 green cardamom pods, and I've already taken the trouble of bashing these up in a pestle and mortar, so I'm going to chuck those straight in. I've got some bits of cassia bark here. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric and 2 teaspoons of garam masala. Spoon at the ready. Now let's get cooking. So we've got some high heat on the hob. We'll start with a couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I'm going to go straight in with my onions. Right, let's crank up the heat on this. Once this heat is taken, I'm going to add in my whole spices. I'm getting that familiar sizzle now. That means we're ready for action. Sizzle, sizzle. So let's pop these in. So the cumin, the cardamom and the cassia bark are all going in. So all of my whole spices are in. And let these spices get to know each other. You can smell those heady fragrances of these spices. It's absolutely delightful. So, okay, now that's gone for a couple of minutes. We're going to go in with the garlic, ginger and chilli. Pop those in. And at this point I'm also going to go in with a little bit of the coriander stalk. That's looking great. So that's a point at which I'm now going to add in my powdered spices. So the turmeric and the garam masala is going in. I can feel my spices are starting to stick a little, so I'm going to add in a little splash of water because I don't want these dry spices to burn. So the water will prevent that from happening. Okay, and now we are ready to add the tomato. I'm going to add 1, 2 and a little bit ladles. Give this a good stir and mix. Looking at the coloration of that, I think that would take a little bit more tomato. I do want my sauce to be rich. I'm going to leave that on a simmer now for a couple of minutes until it's ready and cooked out. So as you can see here, if you take a closer look, this is the point at which our tadka is ready. You can see that the oil there has taken on the tomato colour. That's a nice red colour there. It's all come together, and I think it's time now to check for the seasoning, and this is where we'd make our corrections. So Spoon at the ready. Let's have a taste. Expecting this to be quite spicy. I might have been liberal with the chillies. Yep, it does have a poke, but a pleasant one. And also bear in mind, oh yes, that's building actually, that heat, but in a good way. So also bear in mind that I've not put any salt in at this stage because I'm cooking a meat. I don't want that meat to toughen, so I will season with salt at the end of the cooking process with any meat that I'm using. Also bear in mind, top tip, if you want a curry in a hurry midweek, this is the point at which you should freeze this sauce, and then midweek if you just defrost and pop in your meat, that's a really quick and easy meal. So as this is ready and I'm happy with the seasoning, I'm going in with my chicken. So let's give that a good covering with the sauce. I'm also going to crank up the heat to max. Let's let that take, and at this point I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of Greek yoghurt. Again, give that a mix. Gosh, the smells coming from this saucepan are absolutely divine. I absolutely suggest you make this dish. And because I want a bit of sauce to my dish, I'm going to add some water, but not too much, because the liquid will come out of the meat itself, so we don't want to have this over sauced. You can see the consistency there. Maybe a splash more. I'm quite happy with that. Okay. So that is done. All that remains now is my lid. There we are. So we're going to leave that to simmer for 25 to 30 minutes, or until the chicken is cooked and you're happy with the texture of it. So the chicken's been simmering away for 30 minutes and is cooked. So let's take a look, and we can now season. Look at that consistency there. That's exactly what I want in terms of the sauce levels. So we just now need to add the salt and then season. We'll grab 2 teaspoons of the old maldon salt. Very generous pinch of coriander, and let's give it a stir. That looks delightful. So let's have a little taste of the sauce. Just check I'm happy with the seasoning. I am indeed happy with the seasoning. I'm actually going to try a bit of the meat. Here goes. So soft. Chicken thighs all day long are the best meat to use in a chicken curry. So I would have this with chapatis, but by all means you can have it with rice or naan, chips, or anything that takes your fancy.